Schmidt-Peter as Jesus born, and Dauber as the dove. They crown themselves the holy three, without the skies above. But when
Hello Time Gamer. Note that your SR1 handheld scanner is only capable of identifying people, animals, and objects. It cannot sample animal DNA. You must find a plasma DNA sniffer from a future timeline that has been merged into this simulation. The sniffer will have a limited number of plasma shots, so don't waste shots. You also need to be aware of your quantum coherence. It diminishes with time. If the coherence drops to 0%,
Today, Congaree Creek flows through dense forest from near I-26 to its confluence with the Congaree River. Though the area is remote and largely hidden, it holds significant archaeological importance. Stone tools dating back 12,000 years mark some of the earliest human presence. About 8,000 years ago, Native American groups gathered on the river bluff to trade and celebrate seasonal changes. By 1718, European settlers established Fort Congaree, a small trading outpost.
down by Congaree Creek, where the waters flow through the whispering pines and the
in the far distant past, some 11,500 years ago, the area south of Columbia, South Carolina, was substantially different from today, although there were similarities. The Congaree River and its tributary, Congaree Creek, both followed paths close to those of modern times. Many other aspects of the environment, however, would surprise anyone who somehow managed to travel back in time. The weather.
You are now at a Cherokee Indian camp. The Midlands of South Carolina, defined by the rolling hills, river systems, and fertile plains between the coastal lowcountry and the mountainous upstate, played an important but complex role in Cherokee.
In the far distant past,
You are now at a Cherokee Indian camp. The Midlands of South Carolina, defined by the rolling hills, river systems, and
The Battle of Congaree Creek, also known as the Skirmish at Congaree Creek, was a 4-hour action that took place in the waning days of the American Civil War, fought in the area of today's city of Casey, South Carolina, on February 15, 1865. The battle featured the Union's Army of Tennessee against the Confederacy's Army of Tennessee. They met at a half-mile-long earthwork erected by Southern forces near the old State Road Bridge over Congaree Creek. Confederate General George Dibrell's dismounted cavalry brigade, supported by infantry and artillery, manned the earthworks, but General Charles Wood's 1st Division of General John A. Logan's 15th Corps pushed skirmishers ahead while one of Wood's brigades crossed upstream and turned the Southerners' right flank. Dibrell's force withdrew from Congaree Creek and then from its earthworks, retreating to Columbia.
The Archaeological Society of South Carolina and the South Carolina Institute of Archaeology and Anthropology initiated archaeological efforts to find Fort Congaree I in the 1970s. In 1974, Archaeologists and volunteers from the society discovered an 18th century site on the northwest side of Congaree Creek. A motor grader was used to mechanically strip several trenches through the plow zone from what was then an agricultural field. A concentration of 18th century artifacts were identified through these efforts.
The original Congaree people were a Native American tribe that inhabited the region around what is now central South Carolina near the Congaree River. The Congaree people were part of the Siouan language family, which includes various indigenous groups across North America. They had their own unique cultural traditions, customs, and practices, including subsistence patterns, social organization, and spiritual beliefs. Like many Native American tribes in the southeastern United States, the Congaree people practiced a semi-sedentary lifestyle, combining agriculture with hunting, fishing, and gathering. They cultivated crops such as corn, beans, and squash, while also relying on the abundant natural resources. The original Congaree people were a Native American tribe that inhabited the region around what is now central South Carolina near the Congaree River. The Congaree people were part of the Siouan language family, which includes various indigenous groups across North America. They had their own unique
Down by Congaree Creek, where the waters flow, through the whispering pines and the fields that grow, lies a land.
Plasma shots, so don't waste shots. You also need to be aware of your quantum coherence. It diminishes with time. If the coherence drops to 0%, the simulation ends. Collisions with other conscious beings will also negatively affect the coherence. Likewise, a quantum coherence orb in the simulation that can restore the coherence. A plasma shot into the orb will bring your coherence level back to 100%. The orb will randomly appear in places of high consciousness, like religious and native ritual sites. Be careful, however, because a similar-looking anti-coherence orb will also appear, which will drain your coherence level if you fire the plasma into it. This type of orb appears at sacrilegious sites. Good luck.